This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone. Let us begin today's class. We'll try to look at what are containers. Okay, before we start, what exactly a container object is, how is it different from a scalar kind of object or a scalar variable, a container variable or container object. See, we have completed some part of Python. Of course, we have seen what exactly is a function arguments till the last session. Before that, we did cover control structures, looping, and iterative control structures. That's what they're called. Prior to that, we have completed conditional control constructs. Prior to that, we have seen what are predefined functions, operators, and all that, right? So let's go ahead. Let's talk about what are container objects. See, container objects, uh, these are heterogeneous. Objects that can store more than one element or data item or value. So basically, when do we use a container or why do we need a container is, see, opposite to container is a scalar object. Scalar object or objects, these can store only one data item or element or value at a time. Okay? Whereas containers can store more than one value or one item or one data item or a value. Okay? Heterogeneous means different types. Okay. So suppose let's experience this. Okay, I'm just trying to take a new Python Jupyter notebook file here. Say suppose I want to find total of given 3 subjects marks for a student. First I need to create 3 variables. Okay, so I need to initialize these 3 variables with values. Okay, then I need to remember all these names. In order to get the total, I need to add mk1 plus mk2 plus mk3. I would get the total. How do you get the average? Either you declare a variable total and store mk1 plus mk2 plus mk3, that is sum total of those marks, and divide that total by 3, or take the expression of mk1 plus mk2 plus mk3, all of that, enclose it in parentheses and divide it by 3. Okay, one student, 3 subjects marks. Quite easy to understand. Interpret, manage, handle. Okay, 3 variables. What if in case like this we have 10 students, 30 variables? Okay, mk1 to mk30. That's okay, that's fine. But 30 variables, how can we remember? How can we manage them? That's the reason why we have containers. Instead of remembering all those variable names, trying to maintain some sequence, trying to manage all of them, why don't we have a container? So as part of Python programming language, we have already discussed, we have 4 container objects. One is a list, the second one is a tuple or a tuple, you can call it. Third one is a set, and the fourth one is a dictionary. Okay. There are 2 terms that we need to understand. One is mutable and immutable. Mutable means one which can change. Okay. Immutable means one which cannot change. Okay. So among the four container objects what we have, all of them are not mutable. Tuple is the one which is an immutable. So this is an immutable container. The remaining are mutables. So list is a mutable container. That means we can add or remove elements from the list or a set or from a dictionary. Yeah, whenever we want. Tuple is an immutable container. All of them are heterogeneous. Heterogeneous means we can store dissimilar data items or elements or values as part of all of these containers. Okay. Yeah, nesting is also possible. We'll see as we progress. Understand what is mutability and immutability. Yeah, try to remember. Okay. So list is mutable, set is mutable, dictionary is mutable, tuple is immutable. So it is read-only kind. Now what we'll try to look at the first container is a list. We'll try to understand what are the methods of, available or associated with the list container before we explore the other two. So I did upload this worksheet 9. You should have downloaded by this time. We'll look at how a list looks like. How can we work with the list? It's simple. If you want to create an empty list or a list of items or elements, basically you would use for a list square brackets. Okay. Each element you would separate it with a comma and you would write it. As simple as that. Okay. A tuple, basically if you want to create it, you would enclose the elements in round brackets. That's the only difference between the representation of creation of a tuple of elements and a list of elements or items. Okay. Right. So the basic difference I told you, list, mutable, tuple, immutable means once you have created the tuple, you cannot edit the contents of it. Okay, set. Yeah, you enclose the elements in curly braces. Yeah, we'll talk in detail. You can store any number of elements or items. Okay? Right. That's in curly braces. Now, a dictionary, you would use the same curly braces, but in dictionary we store it with a key value pair. Key followed by a value. Keys must be unique for a dictionary. So keys cannot repeat, whereas values can repeat. Every key and a value pair must be separated with a colon symbol. So key value pair forms an element there. That's it. Okay. Not only we create a list or a tuple or a set or a dictionary in this format, we have the appropriate methods as well. So if you look in the method that is used for creating a list container object, simply use list. Yeah, for a tuple, yeah, use the method tuple. For a set, yeah, use the method set. Okay. For a dictionary, you would use the method as dict. Okay, that's it. And you can give some initializer kind of contents or elements that you want to create each one of the containers. So list you can give if in case you want to give some elements for a tuple as well, for a set as well, for a dictionary as well. We will see. Okay, we will see. So these methods can also be used for typecasting. So we know typecasting, right? There are two types of typecasting: explicit or forceful typecasting. The other one is implicit or automatic typecasting. Obviously, we make friendship with people who are learning new programming language, trying to grow. Yeah, move from one domain to the other. Yeah, we also get that particular kind of interest. Automatic. Implicit. Explicit, yeah, we are seriously studying. Yeah, our friend comes and disturbs. Let's go out for a movie or maybe go out for a walk or go out for trekking or something. Explicit or forceful. So some things which we do not like, forcefully someone makes us to do it. Implicit, automatically by looking at others we do it. That's what is implicit. Okay. So we can use these methods in order to explicitly typecast some items or elements from one data type to the other type. Basically, from one container type to the other container type. Okay. So don't worry, we'll explore. We'll explore. Right? Yeah. So our focus in today's discussion or class is going to be only about the list container. Okay, I want you to closely observe. So that's the general syntax. How do you create a list of items or elements? Basic list of items. List can contain elements that are repeating. Repetition of items is allowed. And not only that, you can add and remove items or elements from a list, so it is mutable. So dissimilar data items you can store. List remembers the order in which the items were added to it. That is, what is the first element, what is the second element, what is the third element, what is the last element, what is the last but one element. It does remember. Okay, it maintains the order. Now, just because it maintains the order, it remembers the order in which the elements were added to the list. Yeah, we can use index values in order to access these elements in a list or contents of a list. Okay, yeah, we'll see them. We'll see. Yeah, we have a zero based index that is positive, and we do have a negative index approach using which we can access the elements in a list. Zero based index basically index values which are non-negative numbers. Okay, yeah, you can also use negative numbers. There is some small simple subtle difference. If you are using positive, you would access the elements from right to left. If in case you are using negative index values, which will help us to access the elements from right to left. Yeah, positive is left to right, negative is right to left. Take it like that. Okay, yeah, we'll see as we progress. So this is a list method which is basically used for creating an empty list. Yeah, there are some more built-in functions which we will explore, using which we can find how many number of elements we have as part of the list. We have methods which can help us to find how many number of times an element is occurring, where is the first occurrence of the element, whether the element exists or not, and all that. How do we add an element, how do we remove an element from the list? All those methods are there, so let's explore them one by one. Okay, so to begin with, we are starting here by creating a sample list S. It's an empty list. Okay, slowly we'll try to execute. So empty list, how does it look like? List of elements or items. If it is empty, it will be a empty square brackets, right? Yeah, so length obviously will return that you have no element, so it will be 0. So length is a predefined built-in function which can be acted or applied on a container object, which will give how many number of elements or items you have as part of that particular container. Now that because this list container object is 0, mean to say there is no element stored, no initializer, no value, nothing is being stored. Because of that, length is returning as value as 0. Okay, so if you wish to create a list of items or elements with some initializer, yeah, you could pass those elements in that square brackets to the list method. Even without the list method, it would create it. Yeah, it's your choice or order of precedence how you want to use it. You could either as well simply use the square brackets and specify or mention the elements or items that you want to have as part of the list, or you could use the list method and enclose all those items in square brackets. Okay, anything is fine. Yeah, just look at this. There are 5 elements here. Okay, right. So now the list, you can see it has got 5 elements, and what is the first element, second element, third element, so on and so forth. So length, yeah, it will give you 5 elements. Okay, remember, yeah, we have 5 elements. So there are a lot of predefined built-in functions, max, min, sum, and all that. So look at that. Max of S, maximum element in the container. Minimum element in the container object. Sum of all or sum total of all the elements in the container. Okay, and please, sorry, try to apply this max, min, sum only if all the elements are of same type. Don't try to apply max or min when they are of dissimilar data type, because when you try to compare, obviously they must be of same type, because all of these containers, they can store heterogeneous type of elements or items or values. Yeah, when you apply that max or min when they are of dissimilar type, comparison fails. So comparison, if you got to make it, let them be all integers or floating point values that are numbers, or let them be all strings or of same type, rather than trying to compare and find which is max or min from dissimilar data type of items. Okay, don't do that. And if in case it is sum that you want to apply, make sure that you have only numbers. Let it be integer or floating point, doesn't really matter. Okay. So we're creating another list here. Of course, I've repeated items or elements from 1 to 5. I'm not sure how many times. So if you look in, yeah, we have 12 elements. So order of the elements, yeah, it does remember everything. Yeah, it preserves. That's the list. So the first element, second element, so on and so forth. So index values, as I told you, the first element index is 0. Okay, yeah, this is 0. And total, how many elements we have? 12. So the last element index will be 11. As simple as that. That is from left to right, positive. Okay, if in case it is negative, yeah, you want to check it. This is going to be -1 for the last element. Yeah, -12 for this first element. So why like that? Basically, internally, it will try to interpret that way. So index-based access of elements is possible. And you can use positive index values or negative index values. If in case you're using negative index values will range from -1 to -n, where n is the total number of elements. So in this case, we have 12 elements. So -1 to -12. If it is positive side, it is going to be 0 to n minus 1. Yeah, obviously, you're starting from 0. So n minus 1, 12 minus 1, 11. Okay, right. Yeah, we'll see. We'll access each and every element. How do we? So you want to access all the elements in the container object, element by element. Okay, yeah. The for loop is the best one because hope if you can recollect the syntax for each variable in the container or a function, okay, or a collection object which has got elements or items. So here S is the container object. What will happen is for every iteration of this for loop, an element from S will be copied into this particular element variable. I've intentionally taken the variable name as element. You could take it as cat, rat, mat, dog, anything is fine. You can call it as A, okay? Yeah. Every iteration, an element from S will be copied into A. So for every iteration, you would get one element. So the statement that we have written as part of the body of the for loop is to print the contents of A. So for every iteration, there is a new element. The advantage of for loop, recollect, what is the advantage? You don't have any initialization statement, neither a condition nor an iteration statement. So as long as there are elements from the first element till the last element, every element will be accessed, copied into A. Yeah, you can just display the contents of that particular value that is copied from S into A. So it starts from first element, A gets the first value, print the contents of the first value, next iteration, next element. So it will continue till what? Last element. Okay, last element is copied. So last iteration will print the last element, that is 4 here in this case. Yeah, are there any more elements? No. So stop. So we don't use any index values here. Yeah, that's the best part of a for loop. Okay. You don't really have to worry about what? Initialize the index variable, manage the condition, manage the iteration statement and all that, right? Yeah. So simply for every value v in S or element in S or A in S, go ahead. Every element in S is copied into A. Yeah, take the appropriate action, necessary action, whatever you want to as part of the body of the for loop. Write the statements. Okay. In this case, we are just trying to display the contents of A. That's fine. Okay. So just now we spoke like 12 elements. So S of 0 will get you the first element. Okay. S of 11 will get you the last element. Okay. Right. That's how you can access the elements or items, the first element and the last element. In fact, -1 will get you the last element. -12 will get you the first element. So negative indexes, please remember, they range from -1 to -n. Positive indexes, of course, they start from 0, which is neither positive nor negative. So 0 to n minus 1. Okay. So if you want to access ith element, fifth element, you have to give it as I minus 1 as the index. Okay. So just look at this. Say suppose I want to access fifth element. 5 minus 1. S of 5 minus 1 is 4. Okay, I want you to just observe. Yeah, this is the contents of the container object list that we have created. So in fact, we have given 4, but we are accessing the fifth element. Oh, how come? Okay, this is 0. Okay, negative index if in case you got to write it above. Okay, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, correct? This is 3, this is 4. So repetition of items or elements in a list is possible or allowed. So S of 5 will get you the sixth element, that is 3. You can test it. Sorry. And please be careful, do not give index values outside the range. See, we have 12 elements, right? So 0 to 11 is valid, minus 1 to minus 12 is valid. If in case you give something like 0 to 11 is valid, so 15, I don't have any element at index 15, that is the 16th element is not there. So minus 1 to minus 12 is valid. If I give minus 15, okay, minus 15, that is also invalid, because of which we are getting that index error. So list index out of range. Okay, please be careful. So how do we access the elements using index values? Yeah, you can. Just look at this. So displaying the contents of the elements or items in the list using a while loop. Obviously, if it is a for loop is a very advanced kind of loop. Each and every element we can copy from S into a variable, and whatever operation we want to perform on the content of that particular variable, whatever is the element being copied, you can do it. We were just trying to display it. Okay, but if in case we want to access the elements now here, how do we do that? Okay, yeah. So zero based index, we know that elements, now we have how many elements? 12 elements. Okay, starting from 0, that's the initialization statement. Yeah, condition is what? Right. What is that? Less than 12. That's perfect. So element at index I, when I is 0, S of I. Yeah, first element. Yeah, I iteration statement, don't forget. I must be incremented by 1. So just run this, you will see all the 12 elements. So element at index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on so forth till 11. So 0 to 11, that is 12 elements. And please be careful, you write a condition in such a way that this condition must be true. It must evaluate to true for certain number of iterations, and you keep track of that particular I value in order to make that particular condition false at some point of time. If in case you don't iterate through, I is always 0, you would end up in an infinite loop. So don't forget the iteration statement. Write condition in such a way that it will be true initially, after certain number of iterations, it must evaluate to false. Okay. Right. So this is what we are trying to access the elements using index values. So of course we have used positive index, of course 0 to n minus 1, where n is the total number of elements. Here in this case it is 12, right? Okay, if in case, yeah, we have taken all those elements are integers. See, in this list we have taken all these elements are integers, right? Yeah, we don't have dissimilar data type of values or items or elements, right? Okay, trying to create a list containing dissimilar type of items or elements. Okay, look at this. We have a, what is this, an integer value, a floating point value, a string value, or a couple of boolean values, right? Yeah, again an integer value, a floating point value, and a string value. So heterogeneous means you can store elements or items of dissimilar data type. Okay, I'm not really sure how many elements we have, so just trying to create that S, replacing the previous contents of S, which was containing only numbers, 12 values, with how many? 8 values, 8 elements, or 8 items. Okay, so index, if you look in 0 to 7, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or minus 1 to minus 8. Okay, that's how you got to look at it. Okay, what is that I am doing here is I'm using a for loop to copy each and every item from the list container S into E. I'm trying to display the content of the element. What is that element? And what is the type of that particular element? So for the first one, you would get it as it belongs to the class of type int. Second one is a class of type float. It is a class of type string. Then boolean, int, float, and string. Just look at that. So 10 is an integer. Yeah, 12.345 is a floating point value. Hello is a string. True, false are boolean values. Then yeah, 20 is an integer. 1.234 is a floating point value. India is a string. Yeah, you can find. What is that you're trying to find here? Oh, can a list really contain heterogeneous type of elements? Yes. A list is containing couple of integers, couple of floating point values, couple of boolean values, couple of strings. Yeah, dissimilar type of values, dissimilar type of elements. Okay, if you compare, in fact, what is the advantage? We started somewhere like, suppose we want to manage marks of 3 subjects of a student. Okay, how can we apply that using a single variable? Why 3 variables? We can use only one variable. So if in case whatever might be the marks here, whatever we have taken like 45, 50 and 60.45, same values we can use and put it in a list container. So 45, 50, 60.45 kind of values. Okay, that's a 0.45, sorry. It's interpreted as 1045. Okay. So same values I have taken 40, 50, 60.45. In fact, you know the biggest advantage? Sum total of the marks. I need not do any computation calculation of adding M1 plus M2 plus M3. Same value 150.45. Oh, sorry. 40, 50, 60.45. Yeah, this is 40. Sorry about that. Yeah, 40. That is, sorry, 40. Yeah. So it's 150.45. Now, how do you get an average? Yeah, you don't have a built-in function average. So we know how many marks are there. So sum total of the marks divided by number of subjects, you would get the average. It's same. So 50.15 is the average. Now using one variable name, we are able to store not only 3, we can store any number. Earlier, if in case you can recollect, see 3 subjects marks for 1 student, like that you have 10 students. Even for those 10 students, 30 subjects marks, first 3, next 3, next 3, you can go through like that. And you can manage with one variable, one name, 30 values, 0 to 29. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Okay. So the advantage is, yeah, you don't have to create multiple variables. You don't have to remember all the variables names. That's the biggest advantage when you're working with container objects. Okay. So container is a mutable object. So you can add and remove elements. So let's see how do we add a new item. So first method what we are looking at is an append method. Append method basically takes only one element or one item or one value which can be added to the existing list container or list object. Yeah, whatever element we add using this append method will be added towards the end of the list. Okay, just look at this. Yeah, we are trying to create a sample list object S. Yeah, with 5 elements. Yeah, we have 5 values. Yeah, when we say s dot append of 100, this 100 will be added as the last element. We can add only one value or one item or one element, but not more than one. So if we give append more than one value, yeah, look at that. It says takes exactly one argument, but you are giving two. No, two items, two values at a given point of time cannot be added. Because append is a function which is a predefined function which can add only one element at a time. Yeah, execute one time so that 200 will be added. Next time 300 will be added. Do like that. Okay, so you can see that. So the changes, yeah, 200 is added. Okay, yeah, you can add not only numbers, you can also add any type of element or item or value. So if in case you want to add a string, that's fine. Yeah, that will be the last string. Okay. So to a predefined list of items which are already existing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 elements were there. Then we have added 100 and 200 and those were numbers. Then we have added a string. Okay. See, we can also create an empty list and we can add items to it. Yeah, just look at this. Creating an empty list using that list method, list function. Yeah, length is 0, no element, s is empty, append, first element added. Okay, length is 1, correct? Yeah, you can keep on adding elements. Yeah, let it be any type. Need not be always integer. Yeah, you can add a boolean value. You can add a string value. Yeah, just see this. So s dot append of, yeah, s is now appended with a string. So length of s will give you two elements. So we have an integer, we have added a string. Yeah, s dot append of already existing item also you want to add, you can add. Okay, let me show you that. So duplicates are allowed. So just check in, second time 10 added. Yeah. So to this you can add a boolean value. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. You can add a floating point value as well. There is no hard and fast rule that you need to add only elements of one type. Okay. So any new item that you add will be added towards the end. Okay. So repetition of items is allowed in a list. Okay, that is append. Append basically what does it do? It will add the element towards the end. Please remember. Okay. Now if you want to add an element at a specific index position, yeah, you want to add an element at first index position, which is 0, or at the last index position, or in between two elements somewhere in middle or somewhere, right? Append is not the right one. Yeah, append basically is used for adding an element always towards the end of the list, whereas insert, yeah, look at this, it takes two arguments. Yeah, it is defined with two parameters. The first one is the index position where you want to add the element. The second one is the element that you want to add. So at any given point of time, even using insert, you can add only one element. Okay, don't give an index position and try to specify multiple elements there. Okay, yeah, let's see this. Okay, let's try to explore. Yeah, we have elements like 10, 5, 15, 10, 20. Okay, 10 is repeating. Okay, that's fine. So I want you to recollect zero based index. Right. Yeah, yeah, this is 0. This is 1. Sorry. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. Yeah, which means we have 5 elements. That's right. 0 to 4. Yeah, -1 to -5. Anything is fine. Okay, that's all okay. Okay, what is that we want to do? We want to add an element at index 2. Or 2 means what? At the third position. That's what we mean. So we already have an element or an item with the value 15, correct? So what will happen? Nothing will happen. Simply these items or these elements will move to the right. Means their index values will also change, which means 1000 will be added at index position 2, which means the element that we are going to add is 1000 will be 2, then 15 will move to 3, 10 will move to 4, 20 will get a new index value, that is 5. Ultimately we'll have 6 elements in the list. Okay, you should see that change. So at that index position the element will be added. It is not replacement, it is added. So new item 1000 added. So 15, 10, 20 moved towards the right. Okay, right. Okay, so 1000 is being added. Perfect. That's the third element. Yeah, 2, 0, 1, 2. Perfect. So what is that we want to do here? We want to add 2000 at index 0. Okay, that's fine. Which means you want to add it at index 0 means you want to make it as the first element. Okay, what will happen to this particular first element which is at index 0? Yeah, that will move to index 1. Then subsequently all other index values will also change. So one which is at 0 will move to 1, one which is at 1 will move to 2, so on and so forth. Each and every element index value will be incremented by 1. Okay, so just see this. It's quite interesting. Element 2000 added, 10 shifted, 5 shifted, 1000, 15, 10, 20 shifted. Correct? Perfect. It's all okay, right? Yeah. Oh, which means append, which was basically helpful in adding an element towards the end of the list, insert is helpful for adding an element at the beginning of the list. Yeah, compare and contrast like that. Okay, so at any index position you want to add, you can add using insert. Even at the first index position you want to add an element towards the beginning of the list, you can do it using insert method. Okay, all good. So what is this? Yeah, we are giving something like -1. Oh, what is this -1? Yeah, we did discuss that we do have negative index values, right? So -1 to -n. Okay, this is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, correct? Yeah, 7 elements. 0 to 6, positive, -1 to -7. Oh, what will happen? Yeah, your question, your doubt is going to be something like, okay, what will happen if we simple is what? At -1 we are adding, right? So what will happen? Hmm. Any guess? So we are adding here. So this will move to the right. It will not be the last element, but whatever last element is now right there at that position, you are adding an element. What is the element you are adding? 5000. So 20 will move to the right. Okay. Yeah, it's not the last element. Yeah, just look at this. Yes, let me execute. Yeah, shift enter, shift enter. Okay, clear? Are we all good? Okay, I hope everyone is able to see the screen. Yeah, okay, okay, fine. So what happened? Yeah, 20 got moved to the right. Yeah, 20 got moved to the right. So wherever it was that index -1, that was here. So at that position, yeah, this 5000 got added. Yeah, whatever is the element there at that position got moved to the right. So this is not replacement. We are adding an element or an item. Okay, please be careful with that. Okay, that's all good. Oh, replacement you want to see? Okay, no issues, no issues, no issues, no issues, no problem, no problem. Okay, okay. Yeah, let's see replacement, then we'll go to extension. Okay, okay. This is my sample list. Okay, what is s of 0? That's my first element, right? Okay. If in case at s of 0, I want to add, no, I want to replace that 2000 with hello. Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. 2000 got replaced, simple. There is no method required for this. Directly the index, the value. Whatever is existing, replace that, place this new value. That's the end of it. It's as simple, direct. Okay, okay. Oh, which means, okay, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Total 8 elements. Okay. If I give 8, yeah, if I give value as say 10,000, try to understand, we have how many elements? 8 elements. No? Yeah, 8 elements. Okay, I'm just trying to show you this one, right? Yeah, 0, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6, 7. Do we have an element at index 8? We are trying to replace that with 10,000. Do we have an element at index 8? No. Let's not expect that new element will be added. Basically, this index based replacement or assignment of value can be directly done within the valid range or limit of index values. You're trying to go outside, it will not simply add a new element. So adding a new element at a specific index or adding an element as the last element, that insert and append methods can only do. We cannot directly add them. So use those methods. Yeah, that's the trick which we need to understand. Okay. 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 Let's see when we want to extend a list of items or elements by another list of items or elements. Okay. Yeah. So look at the method syntax here. Yeah. Destination list dot extend source list. means the list with respect to which you would call this extend gets extended. By what? By these elements what you have in the source list. Okay, look at this. I could have taken A and B, S1, S2, anything is fine. So S1 is having some elements like 1, 2, 3, all integers. S2 is having couple of string elements and an integer. Okay, so just see this, S1 and S2, that's fine. Yeah, heterogeneous. So S1 you are extending by S2. Means S1 which is already having 1, 2, 3 will be extended by A to C. S1 you will see 6 elements now. S2 remains unaltered. If in case you would have written S2 dot extend of S1, you would have seen A to C 1, 2, 3. That's the only difference. Okay, you can check it later. All good? Yeah. So let's see how do we remove an element or an item from the list. Okay, very simple. An item or an element can repeat in the list, correct? So when we use this remove method, yeah, on the list object, so list object dot remove that item or element that you want to remove, you need to give it. So even if the element is occurring multiple times, all the occurrences of that element will not be removed. Only the first occurrence of that particular item or the element will be removed. Okay. So look at this. The list which is starting with an element 1. Okay. Yeah, just before this, before we call the remove, let's see that sample list which is starting with 1. When you say remove of 1, see 1 is occurring I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. When you say remove, once you say remove 1, remove of the element 1, all the 7 occurrences of 1 are not removed. Only the first occurrence of 1 is removed. So which means the 6 remaining are intact. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, it will not remove each and every occurrence of the element that you have specified. And please be careful, whatever element you have given must be there as part of the list. If in case it is not there, we're trying to get back, 10 is not there. So if the element that you want to remove as part of the list container is not existing, then it will simply say like value error. Yeah, whatever element you are trying to remove is not there as part of the list. Okay. So remove expects an element that you want to remove. Yeah, wherever is that element, the first occurrence of that particular item or the element that you've given will be removed. Okay. Oh yeah, you can check if in case you have some doubts in mind, like if in case I say s dot, oh sorry, that's SAMP, right? SAMP, sorry, yeah, SAMP dot remove of 2. Yeah, it'll remove that second element. The first occurrence of 2 is the second element. So it was 1, 2, 1. Yeah, it is after removing that 2, it will be 1, 1, 2, 1. Okay. Yeah, it is only one occurrence of that element or item will be removed. Now look at this pop. Pop has got an advantage. Yeah, you can give an index position. Yeah, whichever element you want to remove from the list. Yeah, you specify that element with the index. Okay. So by default, the index position is -1, which means it will remove the last element. So I have created a list containing 6 elements. So the last element 3 is being popped out. Yeah, one more time you call pop, it will remove that 4 because that's the last element. Okay. So to the pop, you need to give a valid index value. Okay, after 3 and 4 are being removed, you can see you have only 10, 5, 1, 2. Correct? Yeah. So -1, -2, -3, -4. Which one? 5 will be removed. So the popped out element is being, oh sorry, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. What's happening? See, this is -1. Oh, sorry. That is not the one. Please, this is the one. So after 4 is being removed, this is -1, -2, -3. Yeah, -4 is 10. Yeah, that is -3. Okay. Yeah, this is -4. That 10 is removed. And please be careful when you're using pop method. Yeah, you give a valid range of index value. Yeah, don't give. Oh, yeah, you can just check this because as of now we have only valid index on positive side 0, 1, 2. So if in case you give pop of say 10, that's not a valid index. -1, -2, -3 on negative side is a valid range. So s dot pop of -5 is not a valid one. Don't give it. Okay. Don't do it. Be careful. Okay. That's all good. Then yeah. So you might have guessed it. The fifth element will be removed. So I'm not sure if in case giving these many times one is quite okay or not. Okay, so fifth element 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 will be removed. That's how it is. Yeah, you can have so if you have a string of items or elements as part of the list, be careful. Yeah, it is case sensitive pattern matching if it is a string. If you give lowercase apple, it's not every occurrence of apple of whatever case, it's only that particular case it matches with what it compares the given remove element or item. Only that is removed. Okay. So once it is removed, yeah, you don't have it, you try to remove one more time, you call it. Yeah, if in case you would have had it multiple times, the second occurrence of that apple would have been removed, which have been still there, but we have only one lowercase apple, so that's gone. So you remember the in operator. Yeah, this lowercase apple is not there in the sample. So in will return a boolean value that is true or false. So the lowercase apple is not there in samp, so it will be false. Yeah, not in, yeah, true. Uppercase apple is there in samp, yes. Apple that begins with the uppercase A alphabet, yeah, it is there. Okay, not in would have returned false. Okay, you can use this in and not in with the list container. Okay, yeah, you want to check whether that given element or item is there as part of the list or not. Okay, right. Okay, look at the next one. Index. Yeah, to find the index of an element in a list. See, we know in a list we can have repetition. So index will get the first occurrence of that particular item or the element that you're looking at. So here I have intentionally repeated 3 a couple of times. So the first occurrence of 3 is what? At which index? Index 2. That is the third element. Okay. Yeah, if in case you would have removed this and replaced with this with 31, then 3 would have been 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what it is. Okay. So index, yeah, 33. Do we have it? No. So when it is not there, index will return a value error. For an item that exists, it will return the valid index between 0 to n minus 1, where n is the total number of elements. If the element is not there, yeah, obviously you will get a value error. Yeah, if the element is occurring multiple times, index would get the first occurrence of the element or the item, but not the last occurrence of it, yeah, because the search is from the first element. Okay, yeah, that is for 3. I was just trying to do replace that. Okay, that's fine. Give it a try. Intentionally, I've given all this code so that you'll simply execute without typing. Yeah, no typing effort. Okay. What is this count? So as part of list, we can have an element any number of times. So how many times an element is repeating? So list object dot count will return the given element, how many number of times it is repeating. I think 1 is repeating 3 times, 2 is repeating twice, 3 is repeating twice, 4 is repeating a couple of times, 5 is repeating only once. So if you have a sample object with these elements, yeah, count of 1 is 3, count of 5 is 1, yeah, and count of 10 is 0. Obviously, because 0 is not at all part of that particular list contained. Okay, yeah. Yeah, then let's see this last one, the sort method or the sort function. Yeah, sort basically is used for sorting the elements in a given list in ascending order. Yeah, whenever you want to arrange the elements in a given list in ascending order, you could use this sort. And please be careful, all items must be of same type. Yeah, don't have dissimilar type of items or elements, because comparison is going to be a little bit hard when you have dissimilar. I mean, comparison is not hard, it's not valid, or it is logically incorrect, or it's not possible. Okay. So just look at this. Reverse the keyword argument is false, which indicates that the elements or items will be not arranged in reverse order. They'll be by default in ascending order. So I've intentionally taken a list here of integer, float, and a string. Don't apply sort on that, because comparison of string and float cannot be done. So either have all strings or all numbers. Yeah, let it be floating point or integer. Okay. So look at this. So this is the default order of the elements. Sort, it will be in ascending order. See the sample list which we have the elements as 5 to 1 3 4 1 2 5 4 to 3 will be sorted as 1 2 3 4 5 so on and so forth. So how many ever number of times 1 is occurring, all of that first, then 2, then 3 4 5. Okay. Yeah, if in case you want it in reverse order, take the same sample of elements. I think I have taken, not sure, 3 6 9 10 11 elements. Okay. Yeah, so that's the default order. So sort function supply the argument, the keyword argument reverse equal to true. So it will sort the elements in the same sample list in reverse order. So all starting with 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. All 5s together, then 2s together, so on and so forth. Yeah, if in case you have all elements are string type, then you can apply the sort. And please remember sort, uh, yeah, with strings, yeah, it will be ASCII value comparison of each and every string value. I think 0 to 7, oh sorry, 0 to 9, 48 to 57, the ASCII values. So digits will come first in ascending order, then uppercase ASCII values are lower than the lowercase ASCII values. So lowercase a is 65, no, uppercase a is 65, lowercase a is 97. So if you look in, yeah, ascending order, yeah, digits will come first. So 0, 5 coming, then all uppercase alphabets, then lowercase. Yeah, if in case you use strings, it's the same. Uppercase alphabet sorting by default is ascending order, so you would see uppercase alphabet strings first, then lowercase. If in case you make the default order of ascending, which is reverse, is false as true, it will be in descending order. So lowercase will come first, then uppercase. Okay. Right. Yeah, if in case you want to copy the elements or items in one list into another, yeah, there are two formats or two modes in which you can copy. One is known as a shallow copy. Yeah, simply using an assignment operator, you can copy the contents of one list into another. Yeah, when you use the assignment operator, what basically happens is, yeah, there will be two variables which will be referring to single memory location. Yeah, that's the trick there. Say, suppose I have created a list containing, say, few elements like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I'm just giving an example here. If in case I have written s1 equal to this list, okay, yeah, if in case I have written a statement like s2 equal to s1, this is a shallow copy. What will happen is, there is another variable that will point to the same memory location, that is s2 will point to the same memory. So you make changes with respect to s1 or s2, it will be reflecting in both of them. That's what is shallow copy. They are not two separate memory locations being maintained internally. It is only one memory location. If in case you want to have a deep copy, that is, changes made to one should not be reflected in the other, if in case you want it to be so, then use the copy method or the copy function. Okay, and that's very, very important. So s2 equal to s1 dot copy, that's what you would write. If in case you write it, what will happen is s1, which is containing some list of items or elements, okay, yeah, which is referred by s1. Yeah, if in case you have written a statement something like s2 equal to s1 dot copy, what will happen is another copy of the same list, whatever you have in s1, will be given to s2. Okay, now you make changes to s1, it will not reflect in s2. You make changes to s2, it will not reflect in s1, which means you can add elements or remove elements from s1 or s2, it will not reflect in the other. When it's a deep copy, when you use this particular function, that kind of statement. If it is a shallow copy, yeah, you add or remove elements, it is only one memory location you're making changes, so the other variable also will reflect the same. Yeah, the other container also will reflect the same changes. Okay, let's see this. It's a small simple concept. Look at this. Okay, s1 I have taken, yeah, three elements, three items. Yeah, if in case I write s2 equal to s1, oh, what do you mean by s2 equal to s1? It's a shallow copy. Okay, so It's not a new memory location that will be created internally. It is the same memory location whose contents are shared by both S1 and S2. So initially S1, S2, they reflect like, okay, both of them are having elements as 1, 2, 3. So we are adding a new element to the end of the list to S2. That's right. But not only to S2, the element is actually added to S1 as well because of shallow copy. Yeah, you remove an item from S1 or S2, the element will be removed from both of them. If in case you have removed the item or element from S1, it will reflect the same changes in S2 as well because both of them referring to the same single memory location internally. That's what is shallow copy. Yeah, if in case you have used a deep copy using the copy method of the copy function here, yeah, S1 we have taken 3 items as 1 to 5. Okay. Yeah, S2 equal to S1 dot copy. Okay, now you would see like we are adding a new element or an item to S1. S1 only will reflect that item but not in S2. That is the advantage. Yeah, you remove an element from S2, it will not reflect in S1. Or you remove from S1, it will not reflect in S2. That's what it is. Okay, very simple. Okay, in what kind of situations or circumstances we would use it? Or we want to make a copy of the original list of items or elements. Yeah, we want the original list to be unaltered. Yeah, we want to make a safe copy of that. Yeah, make a deep copy. Or you want to maintain 10 copies of it, and anywhere any changes made to the original copy, the same changes must be reflected to all other copies. Okay, make a shallow copy of it. As simple as that. Okay, perfect. Okay, now we know that we can access the elements using indexes. Yeah, 0 to n minus 1, where n is the total number of elements, right? Minus 1 to minus n. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Recollect the range function, right? Range function, what did we use? Yeah, range of n. If in case you give only one element or one item or one value, yeah, 0 to n minus 1, it will generate elements, right? If you give to the range function 2 arguments from the given start value to 1 less than the stop value, it will generate the elements or items, correct? Okay. Yeah, default step value is 1. Yeah, same kind of approach we have using slicing format, using which we can access the elements in a list container. Okay, I want you to quickly observe. Yeah, the slicing format, yeah, expects us to use this colon operator. Okay, all right. Look at the default value of the start index. It is 0. Step value default index is 1. Means, see, if you take this as the sample list where you have 5 items. Remember 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay. If you give 3, what it will do? It will start from 0 till 1 less than the stop index. What is the stop index that you have given 3? So 0 till 2 index I'm talking about 0, 1, 2. So you would get elements as 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay. So you do not specify any colon anything before or after. See, if you specify nothing before colon, which means you want to start with 0. That's what you mean. From 0 till 3, 1 less than. It's as good as the previous. Okay. So what does that 2 colon means? From index 2 means the third element onwards till the end. What is third element? 3 till the end. 3, 4, 5. Okay. So default step value is 1 in all these situations, all these cases, all of this. So what is that we are doing here in the last one? We want from starting index 0 till ending index, whatever it might be, not in default steps of 1, but in default steps of 2. Oh, explicit steps of 2. That's what you wanted. Okay, right. So just check this. It's really interesting. Observe carefully. Okay, yeah. So carefully observe this. So 5 elements, 0, 1, 2. Index values I'm talking about. So 0 to 2. Why is it 0 to 2? Oh, please be careful. What is the starting index? We did not specify, so it will start from 0 till 1 less than the stop index. Yeah, you have given only the stop index. What is the step value of step index? It is 1. Okay, with respect to that. So 0, 1, 2 means, okay, Please remember. Please, 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 please. Why am I saying please is we will forget this. Okay, this is index of the first element, next element, next element. It's sometimes hard to adjust the index values, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct? So S of 3 means 0 to 2. Oh, don't take this 3, not that 3. 0 starting index till 1 less than the given index. 3 is what you have given. 1 less than means 2. So 0, 1, 2 you would get as 1, 2, 3. S of 3. What happened? It is not 0, 1, 2 because we missed on that colon. See the difference? What is the difference? You are not specifying that colon and specifying the colon. Oh, S of 3 means, yeah, the fourth element only. Okay, what we were expecting was with this colon and 3. See the difference? S of 0, first element. S of 1, second element. S of 2, third element. S of 3, fourth element. S of 4, fifth element. S of 5, sixth element. Colon 3, yeah, there is difference. From 0 to 2. Right. 0, 1, 2. Oh, 1 less than 3. Correct. Okay. So 2 till end. 2 means what? 0, 1, 2. Okay. From here, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That's what you. So there is a colon. That is a slicing operator. If you don't use it, you would get only that particular element which you have specified the index for. If in case I would have given 0, I would have got the first element. If in case I would give given 2 there, I would have got the third element. Correct? Yeah. Colon 3 starting from index 0 to 2. 2 onwards. Yeah. Index 2 onwards till the end. Okay. Yeah. Default step value is, step index is 1. Okay. What is this? Starting till end in steps of 2. Oh, obviously you got what? Odd elements. How do you get even elements? I don't want to start from 0. That is 0 index. I want to start from 1 till the end in steps of 2. I would get even elements. Perfect. Yeah, give it a try. So same slicing operation, the index values, whatever we have created there to access the elements, we can create a slice object and we can pass it. Okay, we can create a slice object and we can pass it. Okay, how do we do that? Okay, now you can guess. Anyone can tell me how many elements will be stored as part of S? Anyone? So you know the range function, right? Yeah, go ahead. Anyone wants to tell me how many elements will be stored as part of S here? Yeah, please go ahead. Okay, let me check my speaker volume because I should be able to hear you. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, go ahead. Anyone? No, I was not able to. If in case you're not able to speak up or I'm not able to hear, you can type in the chat window. I'll take it from there. So how many elements? What are the elements? What that I'll have? Yeah, go ahead.
Will be 10.
Oh, 10 elements. So from where to where?
From 1 to 10.
Excellent. Very good. Great. So we are creating a list container object using the range function, trying to generate range of values from 1 till 1 less than the stop value. Default steps of 1. Excellent. Perfect. Fine. Awesome. Okay.
Quick question.
Yeah.
So when we're creating the list,
Correct.
how is the memory located? So like what is the length of it? It's a predefined length, or because we're adding, we're removing it? How do we?
Right. Very good. Very good. Very good question. Okay. So the question is, I'm not sure if everyone was able to understand or interpret what Vasavi is asking here. How do we define the number of elements that we want to have or store as part of the list, or how is it taking the number of elements that it want to store as part of the list? Now, basically, all these containers are data structures. Basically, they do not have any prefixed or predefined or some static length. Okay, that is not fixed. So they dynamically grow. They dynamically shrink. Yeah, when do they grow? When you add elements. When do they shrink in size? Yeah, when you remove elements. Got it? Okay.
Yeah.
I hope I have answered. So anyone, yeah, look at this. See, slice method, same as our range. Okay, look at this. So start index, stop index. Yeah, there we were talking about start, stop, and step, right? Yeah, here we are trying to refer it with respect to index. What is that we are trying to do here is we are creating a slice object using the slice method. Okay, so what is happening? Closely observe. A slice object will be created depending on what is the starting index, stop index, and the step index that you would specify. And please, start index default is 0, step index default is 1. So which means if you give to the slice object only one value, it will be starting to display all the elements from the given list container for the given portion slice object. Okay, the slice object is now created with value as 5. So 0 to 4 it will display elements. So 0 to 4 index. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 means 1 to 5. Okay, excellent. Everyone follow? So what is the step value? Index is 1. Default step index value is 1 as part of the slice. See, look to this. If you can remember just one range function, yeah, it is all okay. So we have just given the stop index value. Step index is by default. Start is 0. So slice object is now created, yeah, into this portion. So that S of portion is going to extract elements starting from 0 to 1 less than the given stop index. Yeah, what is the stop index? Stop index here is 5. So what is the start index? Start index is 0. What is the step value of the index? It is 1. So 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 1. No, till 4 only. Because 5, 1 less than the stop index. Okay. Okay, can anyone make a guess? 2 to 5. Okay, quickly. Okay, I will try to put the index values here. Yeah, quickly. So that's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not sure if I'm right. 7, 8. Okay, 9. Yeah. Anyone quickly make a guess? See, we are creating a portion object using the slice method. Yeah, 2 to 5. Anyone? Starting from 2. Oh, yes. Index position 2 there. Okay. 2. Yeah, I'm talking about 2, right? 3, 4. So what is that you would get? Elements 3, 4, 5. Correct? Yeah, let's see that. Got it? Okay. Quickly. Anyone can tell me what elements I would get when I say 5, 10 in steps of 2? Okay, no issues. I would write again the index values. Yeah, go ahead. You have to get a sliced portion from the given sample list S. Okay, from 5 till 9. Okay, that's for sure. So index 5 till index 9. Correct. In steps of 2, not in steps of 1. So you would get this, then steps of 2. You would get this, then you would get this. So 6, 8, 10. If we are right, we got to get it, right? Okay, 6, 8, 10. Let's see. Let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. Perfect. Okay. Here you can change the step value using the third argument at any given point of time for the slice. Here you can change the range of index values to the slice, first one and the next one. Yeah, that's all good. Okay. Yeah, you know what is this? Trying to create a list object of elements from 10 to 100 in steps of 10. Correct? Yeah, you can access the elements, element by element, positive index, negative index. So you can write some code here. I will leave it to you, okay, for you to explore. How to display maybe the sample list. Yeah, how do you display last element to first element? Yeah, try to do it using both positive as well as negative index. Use both loops, while loop as well as a for loop. Give it a try. Okay, give it a try. If you don't get it, let me know. So don't conclude in 1-2 days. I would like you to make or put effort. See, simple, I'll tell you. What are the index values? Come to a conclusion on that. Positive index values starts from 0. Yeah, 1. I think we have 10 elements, right? 2. So 0 to 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. See, use the positive index, access in both directions, from first element to last element, as well as from last element to first element. Okay? Yeah, use negative index values also. So -1 to -n. So 10 elements, so -10. Perfect. Yeah, that's -9. Please be careful. -8, -7, -6, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1 is the first element index from the last, that is from the right. So access what? From right to left? Yeah, last element to first element as well as first element to last element using negative index values. See, last element to first element means -1 to -10, negative index. First element to last element means -1, sorry, -10 to -1. Yeah, use both for loop and a while loop. So altogether you will have to write 4 different code blocks. Give it a try. If you don't get it for trying a lot, send me the code, I'll look into it. If in case you're in making any mistakes, I'll let you know. If in case you're eager, like you want to know it, you want me to write it, I will definitely write it. But most probably after you've tried for at least a couple of days, because I want you to put your effort. I don't want you to, yeah, freeze on the logic basically. Okay. See, logic learned from someone, maybe that is someone else's logic. Logic that you would develop on your own, that's your own logic. Okay. So I believe each one has got their own logic, their own style, their own approach. Yeah, your approach might be better than mine. Okay, there are infinite number of possibilities for logics that can be written. So whatever I would show is one of the infinite. Okay. So I think we'll stop here. We started with basically what are containers. Yeah, we did discuss only about the list container today, which is a mutable container object. All containers are heterogeneous, that is, you can store elements of dissimilar data type. So list, the advantage is, yeah, you can store duplicates, you can add and remove items or elements, you can access the elements using the index values, that is zero based index as well as negative index. Okay, so we have seen the methods like append, insert, yeah, pop, remove. Yeah, we know how do we copy, shallow copy, deep copy. We can extend a list by another list. Yeah, we can replace the contents of an element or an item in the list by directly using the index value. Okay, please be careful whenever you're using the index values when you're trying to refer to the elements in a list. And we have seen how do we access the elements using the slicing format as well as using the slice method. Okay, so allow me to stop here. I'll take questions if in case you have any. Otherwise, we'll continue tomorrow. The next class will start with a tuple. Tuple is a lot more easier because, yeah, you don't have a lot of complexity involved. You cannot add or you cannot remove. Of course, we have seen one very important method, sort. Okay, sort function which can sort the elements by default in ascending order. Okay, if in case you want to sort the elements in descending, make the keyword argument reverse as true. Okay, right. So let's stop here. I'll take questions if in case you have any. Otherwise, thank you.